Good afternoon, everybody. Let me begin with a personal story. There are days that I walk into a luxury designer store in sweatpants, hair tied up, no makeup, maybe even fresh from the gym. Do you know what happens? Nothing. No one looks up, no one asks if I need help. I can wander down the aisles invisible until maybe someone half-heartedly approaches. But then, there are days that I walk into the same store, dressed intentionally, effortless polish, and a certain energy in the way I carry myself. And suddenly, it's a different world. Smiles appear, sales associates rush over, they offer me sparkling water, they want to know what I'm looking for and what new collection I'd like to see. Now here's the paradox. I'm the same exact person in both scenarios. Nothing has changed. My intelligence hasn't changed, my worth hasn't changed, my parents' bank account didn't change. The only thing that changed was the first impression I gave off in those first few seconds. And in those seconds, the world decides how it will treat me. That right there is the very uncomfortable truth of the power of first impressions. They might not seem fair, but they're very, very real. Research from Princeton reveals it takes at least 7 seconds to form a first impression. Some scientists say that it's faster than a blink. That's all it takes for someone to decide whether you're trustworthy or not, likable or not, competent or not. And here's the kicker. These first impressions don't come from careful reasoning. They're emotional, they're instinctive, and they're stubborn. They happen in the amygdala, the brain's emotional center, before our logical and rational minds even have the time to process it. That's why they're so hard to change. Psychologists call this the primacy effect. Once the brain makes an initial judgment, it clings to it, even when new evidence contradicts it. Think about your own behavior. When you meet someone new, don't you do the same? You read the room, their body language, their smile, their tone, or their lack of one. And let's be real here. You're already judging me. You've decided something about me in the first few seconds that I've been standing here. I'd almost be curious to ask, does anyone want to tell me what their first impression of me was? Does anyone? And be careful with what you say. Oh, the lady in black there.
I thought you were very confident and you know what you were talking about.
Oh, thank you. Albert Mehebrian's classical study shows that communication is 55% nonverbal, 38% vocal, and only 7% words. In other words, the handshake, the posture, the energy you radiate arrive at the brain long before your words ever do. By the time they've said their name, you formed a story about them. Friend or foe, reliable or risky, someone to take serious or someone to dismiss. And here's where some people might object. They might say, that's not fair. Shouldn't we judge people by what's in the inside? And in the perfect world, absolutely. Substance should matter more than style. But the reality, our world moves fast, judges faster, and forgets quickly. Harvard research tells us that once someone forms a negative impression, it takes at least 8 positive interactions to undo it. 8. Imagine how hard that is in a world where you might not even get 8 chances. That's the brutal truth. And sometimes, just sometimes, the opportunity is lost before the conversation even started. But here's the good news. First impressions are not fate, they're strategy. It's not about pretending to be someone you're not. It's about sending the clearest, strongest, most authentic signal of who you truly are. Think of it this way. Your first impression is like your book cover. If the cover doesn't intrigue anyone, people might not lean in. They'll never read your story, no matter how brilliant, how moving, or how insightful it was. But when the cover sparks curiosity and conveys confidence and clarity, people lean in, they want to read your story. And science is on your side. Neuroscientists tell us that communication is and science is on your side. Neuroscientists tell us that the brain processes visual information 60,000 times faster than text. MIT researchers discovered that people can judge traits like competence, trustworthiness, and confidence in as little as 100 milliseconds. So when you step into that room, the nonverbal cues, the posture, the presence, the energy you radiate arrive at the brain, like I said, before your words ever do. So, if someone came into this room stomping, rolling their eyes, what would you think? Rude, arrogant, uneducated? Exactly. You wouldn't need a speech. You wouldn't need me to explain this. You'd feel it instantly. Let me give you 4 practical tips on how to get a good first impression. Number 1, posture. Keep it tall, open, and of course, confident. 2, handshake. Keep it grounded and firm. We don't want sloppy handshakes. It gives off like it's a child. And number 3 is eye contact. Keep it warm and steady. And of course, one of the most important is the outfit. It's not about labels, it's about intention. It's about respecting yourself and the occasion. Every one of these little 4 details make a big impact. And let's be clear, this is not about faking perfection. It's about aligning who you truly are and how you present yourself. Because the world doesn't get the luxury to read your story at once. They read it page at a time. And that cover is your first impression. So the next time that you walk into a room, whether it's a date, an interview, a presentation, or even a casual gathering, remember this. Your first impression may not convey your entire story, but it will determine if people want to keep on reading. So make that first page magnetic, make it irresistible, and make it unforgettable. Because when people choose to keep on reading, the opportunities are endless. Thank you.